Welcome. Just getting my column ready, hot off the printer. Welcome to What the Fuck Wednesday. It's a weekly relationship advice live stream where people send in their questions in advance. I read them, I give an answer. The people that are watching the show also give an answer. So if you're here to listen for your response to a question you submitted, and you got a notice from Candace that it's going to be in the column this week, listen to what I say, but also look at the chat and see what they have to say to augment what I said too. So it's kind of a twofer situation. Let me put this up. There we go. It's kind of a joint effort around here. If you want to submit a question for an upcoming show, send it in at Debsterism.com. It's right there on the screen, Debsterism.com, and you'll see a form that says Get Advice. You can also find a link in the show description down below. You just click, it'll take you right there. Otherwise, you just navigate to Debsterism.com and click the bar where it says, submit your question or get advice or something like that, it says. So you guys ready? We have, looks like 26 questions today. Is that right? What's she doing adding stuff? Wait a minute. Wait one cotton picking minute here. Yep, 26, that's right. Okay, there we go. Question number 1 is a young lady in the 22 to 27 age group from Seattle, Washington, male in question, same age group. Summary of issue. I had a conversation with my boyfriend about our future together, but it did not go well. My boyfriend has a sister who just recently got engaged. I'm happy for her sister and just the thought of bringing up a question about our future. By the way, we're already 5 years in a relationship. I asked him if he sees me being married to him or if he has even just thought about spending his future with me. Upon asking that question, he was quick to dismiss the topic and says he doesn't want to think about it right now. I told him it was hypothetical and asked him if he ever just wondered about it. He got slightly pissed off and asked by me asking those questions, and I just felt really sad. I wondered why he had to get pissed off about it. On my part, I believe in dating to marry. I really love him, so I see him as being part of my future. And by his reaction, it just made me think that he doesn't even see me the same way. It made me think that he doesn't even plan on marrying me in the future. Should I just open up about this topic to him again, or should I just keep quiet? No, you should open up about it, but what you should be doing is saying, look, I don't intend to date you for the rest of my life. I'm still very young. I still have time to get whatever it is I'm looking for and make my dreams come true. It's quite obvious they're not going to come true with you, so I'm a deuce out. That's what you do. You've already wasted 5 years of your life in this young age group. Why would you date somebody for 5 years? What were you thinking? Why did your parents pull you up on this? These parents drive me crazy. There's no way a young girl should date anybody for 5 years, especially if she wants to be married. Now, if you don't want to be married and you dating this one, that one, this one, that one, well, then that's fine. That's what you should do. But you dating the same dude with the hopes of it being something serious, and then when you finally jam him up about it, which is something you should have done years ago, he starts dodging and dipping and corner cutting and trying to act like he's mad and all this whole stuff here. That is a sign that someone is not, he's not trying to hear what you're talking about. He has no intention of marrying you now or ever. So once you accept that fact, I don't know why you want to keep bringing it up, because his body language, his avoidance of the topic, his irritation, all of that tells you that he's not thinking of you in that way. When a man wants to be with you, he makes the move way before the 5 years go by, and he also doesn't dodge the issue. He starts, talking about it. He knows it's something that's important to you. He wants to give you what you want. You guys got to maybe do a little negotiation about where you're going to live. Is there enough money for a big wedding? These kind of things are then being discussed. But he don't want to talk about nothing. The best thing that could happen is you go to his sister's wedding and meet somebody else, and then break up with him and go off with the other guy right at the wedding, right in his face. That would just make me so thrilled. That would be such an ideal situation. He's a knucklehead. What's up, everybody? Hey, Shay. I just flipped over. I forgot to switch my screen so I could see y'all. These young girls in these 5 and 8 year dating relationships drive me crazy. Question number 2. This is a young lady, also 22 to 27. You will see historically that is the like 90% of the age group that writes this column. 22 to 27. There's something about that age group. They don't know what the hell they're doing. It's the most unbelievable thing. So she's from the Bronx. Summary of issue: he is a bad spender, and now I am completely broke. Wait, what? I'm 24. Last year I met a guy, he's 28, with whom I fell deeply in love. By then I had a job at a reputable institution with plans to start my master's degree abroad. It happens this guy, who is now my boyfriend, was working on projects and ideas that I was interested in too, and which I was going to go master in my studies. He wasn't financially stable at the time, and I was okay with it, so I paid for everything. Everything. As he kept developing his ideas, I quitted my job to fully support the dream. I decided instead of doing his master's abroad, I can support his ideas as a way to gain experience better before doing the master's. I left home to stay with him. Rent ran out. He suggested we move to his mom's, which was not a problem at first. Now, however, I get tired of all of this life. What's annoying is how he spends the little money we even make. He believes some big money is coming. I don't, and he calls me a disbeliever. Whenever you speak about developing my career alone, he says how he envisions us and we may not just work out. I'm a very happy person, I can say. My performance everywhere was good. My job was good. My social life was amazing. I was happy and I was living my life so free. I was hanging out with me. I could afford living alone, eating what I want, going where I wanted. Now I got no one. My family doesn't understand me. I only have him to speak to. He is so clean. It's like chaos if I try to have a conversation with some other person and don't speak how he assumes is perfect in the situation. Me being free, happy, and talking to other people, especially men, equals his bad mood. Girl. He spent pretty much all of my savings for his ideas. I'm at a point in which I am completely broke. In fact, last night I slept hungry. This is so new to me, and I don't wish this on anyone. Ooh, girl, you dumb. Sometimes he makes me call my dad to assist paying for some systems we are working on. I hate it. The old man is himself struggling, yet when money comes in, he misuses it, drinks with it. It's frustrating, especially because that is so not me. I keep telling him, if you can't afford living with me here, let me go home and find money because nothing is working in this small town. He says if I go for good, but later on he says he doesn't want me to go. Anyways, I had no one to tell, and I found your page on Reddit. I just need someone else's opinion because a couple of times I felt like leaving him, but then isn't that giving up on us in the project? Girl, let me explain something to you. Those were never your dreams, okay? Those were never your dreams. You were supposed to keep focused on your dream, which was go get your master's degree abroad. What you did was get yourself derailed, falling behind some dusty who had just a bunch of ideas and just selling wolf tickets. And you bought into the fantasy. You gave this man all your money. You ended up in debt and just your dreams broken. You don't have the education that you were looking for. You don't have anything behind this man. And yet you're in some small town. So he took you away from everybody, you know, all your friends, everything. And you're broke. You don't have any way to get to this. Don't call your daddy and ask for nothing. Okay, that's elder abuse. You already know he doesn't have it. You already know what this guy's going to do with it. He's pimping you, and he's going to do the same to your daddy because you just stupid and you just let him do it. You put the brakes on that. Don't you ever call your father asking for nothing again. That is just ridiculous. And what you need to do is if you do get some money from somewhere, you get your pack as much stuff as you need, not everything, just what you need. Put it into a suitcase or a couple of backpacks or some hefty bags. I don't care what you do. You go to the bus station. You get you a ticket to wherever you got some family and you go there. And you don't tell him where you're going. You don't anything that he, would like your phone that you had and stuff leave that there. Turn the phone off. Leave the phone there so when you get to where you're going, you can get you a new phone number. You can get a burner phone. You don't have to have a plan and all that fancy stuff. You just need something that you can make some calls on while you line yourself up a decent job and get your life back on track. This makes no sense. I don't even understand what, talking about I fell in love. No, you didn't. You fell into a vat of stupidity and ignorance. That's what you did. I just don't even understand I mean, I'm trying to feel sorry for you, but I just can't. Because, I mean, after you saw that you guys ran out of rent that and you had to go to his mother's house, that was your opportunity to say, well, you go to your mama's and I'm going to go over here because obviously this dream ain't working. That was your chance to get away from him and you didn't take it. Instead, you followed him like a little sheep, just taking yourself straight down the road of death and destruction. Y'all, this is crazy. Yeah, I don't know what she's doing. Question number 3. This is a male and also 22 to 27. See? From Louisville, Kentucky. Summary of issue. Why do women say they, quote, didn't feel a spark, end quote, after only one date? I think it's wild after one date women can say this. Well, how many dates would you want them to wait to say it? How much time would you want them to waste on somebody that they don't feel anything for? No interest, don't care whether you live or die, nothing. They don't feel nothing when they look at you. Their heart don't beat faster. They don't want to see you, nothing. How many dates would you want them to waste with you versus getting out after one? Think about it that way. Let's see what else you wrote. Like this last date I went on, we had a really good time. She wanted to hold hands as we walked to the next bar. When we walked again and I let go of her hand, she reached for mine and held it. She laughed and we had a really fun time. We kissed, and when we parted, we agreed to see each other again. A week later, no message. I left it alone. She messaged me today to say that she didn't feel the spark. All the generic, you're attractive, we got on, had a really good time, blah, blah, blah. But she wanted to hang out just as friends. I think it's a while to say there's no spark after one date when you get on. I've had dates in the past where clearly it was awkward and wasn't going any further. This is weird though. I hate dating. By the way, this is more of a rant than anything else. But if you can explain this to me, I would appreciate it. I'm gonna tell you this. Some women, like if they're on the fence about you, right? You're cool, you're nice, the conversation's good, you're having fun. I think this is what happened in your case. You're having a good time with the guy, and it's like, well, he's checking boxes like if I had a list of, like a mental list of what I should like and what's okay. He checks those boxes. But when the other part of the relationship, which is at least 50%, you have to have some kind of physical attraction to the person. They have to turn you on. There has to be some interest in cuddling with them, continually kissing up, being up under them, wanting to play footsie with them, look at them all the time, this kind of stuff. That has to be there for men and women. Okay, I don't know why men only think that it's just you. Women need that too, probably more than you do. And if we don't have that, even though you check all these other boxes, then we're going to leave you alone. And you're not going to understand it because you're going to be like, well, I'm a nice guy. Women just don't want nice guys. They do want nice guys. They just don't want you. And you'll be a perfectly nice guy for someone else that will probably be very excited and turned on by you, but it's not this person. So you just have to just adjust your attitude, sir, and understand that you ain't going to win every prize that you go for. It's not going to happen. So I think that's what happened here. So she was on the fence, right? So what you have to do then is say, okay, well, if I touch him, if I kiss him, if I hug on him, does anything happen? I mean, because I'm thinking about it, I don't feel like kind of excitement for him. But let me just, try it out and see what happens. Maybe it's just, it's gonna require me to try him out and test the waters and see what happens. So she did that, and then she's like, nope, still nothing. But offering to, hang out as friends, I always tell girls not to do that. Okay, it's an insult. You're insulting the man by offering yourself up like some kind of like booby prize. Don't nobody want to be friends with your ass. Take your ass on over there somewhere. You didn't want to be bothered with him. Do not even insult the man by offering friendship. And dudes, you don't do that either. So he's not trying to be your friend. He wants a girlfriend. He wants a romantic partner. And you up there talking about, well, we can go out as friends. Nobody's trying to look at you like that. Get out of here. So stop doing that, you young girls. If you don't want the dude, then just, release him to the wild. That's what you do. You don't be trying to hang around in his life and have him call you when you know you don't even mean that shit anyway. You're going to be calling and thinking, well, let's hang out. And you're going to be like, no, because you know you didn't mean it when you said it. My God. Let me get some water. Don't I wish this was wine? But then my answers would probably be even crazier than they're going to be. This is question number 4 of 26. We have 26 questions today. This is a young lady in the 18 to 21 age group from Southern California. Summary of issue. I had a termination, but now he and his family resent me. What do I do? Yeah, he got enough friends. He's trying to have enough friends with her. My boyfriend and I had an accidental pregnancy in March. I had an IUD, but it failed for some reason. I found out I was pregnant on my deceased mother's birthday. My boyfriend was against me keeping the baby from the start, but I had an extremely hard time making a decision. My family and friends all really wanted me to keep it, but he didn't, and that was stressing me out. He was trying to be supportive until he eventually just flat out told his parents after the first ultrasound, after lying and saying he had told them weeks before. His family freaked out, of course, as they are all about the optics. I started experiencing immense pressure from all of them almost immediately. My boyfriend took me to his mom's and I agreed to abort because I wanted to avoid conflict because I was scared. I felt like I was being thrown to the wolves. After that meeting, I decided I was really unsure if I didn't want the abortion or not. It was about 9 weeks and I felt an attachment to it. Oh boy. My boyfriend said he was coming to stay with me a week and he'll take care of me. Every time I mentioned keeping it, he would throw a huge fit and then call his parents, and this was stressful. It got to the point where he would leave while I was crying and call his parents in the car and then make up an excuse to drive home. The last time I told him I was keeping it, he called his parents and then they said they wanted me to come over for dinner. I said no. I didn't want to subject myself to that stress. He kept begging me to reconsider against my better judgment. I did. He finally left one night and I was so tired of him being in and out that I texted him and told him I would have it. He was very happy and promised to be my rock and number one supporter. The termination went fine. His family had me stay at the house and were very kind to me. When he dropped me off afterwards, I barely heard from him for a few days, and I was really struggling with my mental well-being. And I wanted to hear from him because I was in a really dark place. He came back to see me 9 days later and explained he was breaking up with me because it was too much for him to handle. I cried and cried. We talked, and he said that he had known how I felt such things would be different, but I had tried to tell him how much I was hurting. He said this had dragged him down and he needs time. Okay. And then his dad came down when he was on the phone and told him, be careful. Remember, she tried to trap you with a baby. But it was an accidental pregnancy and I didn't know what to do. And I eventually made a decision that would make him and his family happy. So I'm not sure why everyone still hates me. This was the most stressful ordeal of my life, and I was just trying to make the best decision for myself. It was never about trapping anyone. So now he hates me. His family hates me. He told me I'm abusive for trapping him with the termination when all I really wanted was for him to be by my side like he said he would. I do love him, and I want to fix this. What can I do? You can't fix this. And all this letter about a bunch of random people and a bunch of bullshit. You could have trimmed this down to like 1/3 of what you wrote. All the he said, she said, yeah. Nobody cares about that. What you have to realize is 2 things. Number one, you were stupid to even imagine yourself keeping some raggedy man's baby that don't want you and don't want the kid. Okay, so this shouldn't even have been a decision. You should a decision you could have made in 33 seconds, if that. Okay, and then the second thing is his family is stupid. Why would you even think of trying to have a child that had that DNA in his bloodline? That DNA, that thinking process, those genetics. Why would you do that to a kid? That is an ignorant little fool. He comes from ignorant stock, and all you would be doing was breeding with ignorance and continuing more ignorance to bring more ignorance into the world. We don't need that. So you did the right thing. You should have done it earlier. And when you did it, you should have dumped him. You shouldn't have had to wait for him to dump you. Those are the mistakes that you made, and in that order. Okay. You should be happy his family hates you. Just be joyful, because that'll leave you alone. You won't be one of them kind of people that are going to be calling all the time. I highly recommend that you change your number so that he can't call you, because you don't look like the kind that's going to block nobody. You probably block him and then unblock him 5 minutes later. Change your number and just forget that you knew this clown. Put this behind you. And you up here talking about this was the most stressful ordeal of my life. Psh, try being a single mother at your age with no money and no damn sense. With some screaming baby. And Lord have mercy. If the kid was born and it had special needs, was all messed up, in and out of the hospital, need a bunch of surgeries or wheelchairs and stuff like that, you would be so fucked, it would not even be funny. You dodged a bullet. You don't even see it. You're just feeling all pitiful about yourself and worrying about this motherfucker right here. Psh. Little girl, get your mind right, okay? You don't have no babies by nobody that you're not married to. That's the number one rule. And number two, you only marry a man who's got some damn sense. Because if you had married this and had a baby, it would have just been just as stupid as what you was about to do. Because he's stupid. His family's stupid. You know what? Just, ugh. I mean, yeah, it's not just a bullet, like a whole barrage of bullets. Just ridiculous. Just so everyone listening to this, okay, if you find yourself in a situation where you have an accidental pregnancy and you know you don't have no money, you know you don't have no damn sits, you don't have nothing to offer a child, you're not mature enough to be anybody's mother because you can tell by the way she handled herself and all worried about what everybody else thinks. That's a lack of maturity. You're with a man who made a child who's stupid and lacks maturity and who's from the bloodline with stupid people that lack maturity and lack emotional intelligence. All in all, if you had brought a child into this hot mess, it would have been just a disaster for you, for the kid, for everybody. And you thinking that little situation you went through was stressful? Try dealing with that for 18 years, if not longer. You ain't even seen stress yet. This was a good thing. I mean, I'm glad you finally got the termination. Okay, that was the smartest decision that you made in this whole situation. Good Lord. Question number 5. This is a young lady in the 22 to 27 age group from London, England. The male is 28 to 34. Summary of issue: my boyfriend is indecisive and flaky about buying a house and other things. I'm facing an issue with my boyfriend. I'm Black and 24 and he's Asian and 31. We've been together for 1.5 years, but met in February 2021. I bought myself a 2-bedroom flat last year and he commutes an hour from his parents' house in the countryside to see me. I haven't been introduced. Oh, what is this blank page? Hold on a second. Haven't been introduced to his parents yet, and we can't spend time there due to racial tensions. The distance and inconvenience of public transport means we mainly see each other on the weekend. Buying a house is important for him to share our relationship with his parents and gain independence, like not get kicked out. The problem is, despite having deposit and financial means, he's extremely indecisive. He's already been looking long before I came into the picture. We go for viewings and there's always something wrong with the house, even if it's trivial. Like the kitchen is small, the house doesn't look right, shared driveway. He can afford better options, but has a cultural inclination for the best deals. No, he's just a cheap motherfucker. That don't have nothing to do with his culture. In the fast-paced UK housing market, this becomes frustrating. People make offers on the spot. Interest rates keep rising, but he keeps changing his mind about a house versus a flat, new build versus lived in, London versus countryside. His deal breaker changes every 2 seconds. He once put in an offer that got accepted, found one of the windows was broken, and the boiler was older than expected. Told the seller to reduce the price. They did, but he still pulled out of it. I was stunned. Recently, he changed his mind about temporarily moving in with me for a month in the summer, as he would be too sad leaving, having to go home after. Instead, he would see me longer during the weekends. Okay, this shows up in other areas too. He has a bit of a pot belly and has been telling me that he will lose it ever since we met. But he goes to the gym, but he keeps on eating crisps. Aren't those potato chips? What we call potato chips? Crisps or French fries. I don't want to hurt his confidence by telling him that this is not attractive to me. I keep thinking about the future, buying our first house, choosing where our kids go to school, making big life decisions. I wholeheartedly believe that we make decisions with the information that we have at the time. So whatever decision I make is the right one. This is not the same philosophy that he has. Is this a valid reason to be annoyed? Does the image of the perfect house exist? I keep thinking that I'm shallow, but I'm so tired of listening to it and dealing with problems that stem from not having a place for himself. Okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to break up. That's what you're going to do. Now, see, at your age, this man is older than you. You try to map out a plan for your future. You meet a man who's decisive and who's got a plan and who's executing this plan. This isn't that man. This is his personality. He's just indecisive. And a lot of it, even though he was looking for the house before you, I think he just really doesn't want to move away from his parents. It's like, it's something he's entertaining. He's like in the pre-contemplative phase. It's thinking about it. He's like, yeah, that might be nice. And he's, going through the motions and stuff, but he hasn't really made a move because he's just not ready yet. And the person who hasn't accepted that is you. You keep pressuring him. You keep wanting him to do something that he's not ready to do. And he doesn't want to, necessarily lose you or anything like that, but he's not ready to do what it is you want him to do. So your best bet is to stop beating your head up against the wall, trying to change a man to be what you want him to be instead of accepting him for what he is. That is the number one mistake that women make. And you doing it in droves. Been doing it for a year and a half. You already know what kind of man he is. I'm like, why can't you just accept the fact that he's wishy-washy? I mean, you like him and whatever, but he's never going to be the man that you want him to be. Can you live with that? If the answer is no, because it's going to drive you crazy, then you leave him alone. You don't continue to date somebody that you already know is not the man that you need. Not at your age. Not at your age. Teenagers, yes. Somebody who's already owns their own property in London? No. You don't do that. So you deuce out and send him back to his mom in the countryside, and then you go on with your life and find you a man who's ready to hit the ground running. Okay? This ain't that dude. Maybe a really nice person. I mean, you know what I mean? But this innate personality trait that he has is in such direct conflict with yours. You're gonna drive him. He's gonna drive you crazy, and you're gonna make him extremely frustrated and feel like he's not good enough. So in both ends, it's a bad situation. It's going to be a really messed up relationship. Question number 6. This is a young lady in the 22 to 27 age group from the U.S. She's African American, male 22 to 27, the same. Summary of issue: dating a guy with questionable behavior. Hello, Deb. Thank you, Candace, for choosing my letter. I started dating this guy 2 months ago. I'm 23 and he's 25. He treats me very well. He's very kind and is a gentleman. When we do the do, it's great, but sometimes he suggests watching popcorn. Oh. Mm-hmm. This is very uncomfortable for me since I don't like it. Okay, remember I said don't use that word. Identify with firm, decisive language what you are feeling. Uncomfortable. So what does that even mean? It's just like, it doesn't mean anything. So I don't really know what it means when you say I feel. What are you feeling? That's what I need to know. How do you feel as a woman, as a person? What goes through your mind when he suggests that? See, you're not telling me any of that. Uncomfortable. I hate that word. I'll keep wondering why he would suggest watching it when we can actually do the do instead. I have watched it with him a few times, but I just feel so uncomfortable. See, there's that word again. And I just want him to stop watching it and not suggest it while we're doing the do. He said he used to watch a lot in the past, but now he's not watching it as often. I also recently found out that he watches those podcast brothers who talk down on women. I told him that watching those videos is toxic, but he said he has been watching those videos for 3 years now, and he has learned to be a better man. Like he has learned to work out, be productive at work, and treat the women that he had in a relationship with well, and that those people don't only talk about dating and relationships. Other than that, this guy is really good to me. He treats me very well, and makes me very happy and at peace being with him. Plus, we have so much in common. What other suggestions you have on how he can change those negative traits, or should I move on? Again, another woman coming into a relationship, finding something that she doesn't like about a man, and trying to figure out how she can change it. You don't change grown people. This is who he is. He came this way. He gonna be this way when he leaves. Okay. Can you accept it? If you cannot accept it because it makes you so uncomfortable, then you leave his ass alone. That's it. I mean, I know a lot of dudes look at it, but you mean to think that he's doing things with you while he's watching it? That just doesn't compute. I don't know. I would have got up. I would have got up and told him to get up and get out. And then that shit would have been over. You're not going to use me as like a tool while you into your fantasy. I'm trying to watch my language, but you all know what I mean and don't type it. He's just using her as a vehicle, while he has his little fantasies watching whatever he's watching. That is not intimacy. That's not romance. That's not love making. That's nothing. That's trash. That's garbage. But he's just doing it to you and you just accepting it. See, notice how I identified the things and you didn't do that? Do better with your communication. Be more direct with your words, more pointed. Clearly communicate that you're disgusted, that you can't stand that shit, that it makes you feel like you just a Barbie, like a blow-up doll or something. Tell him what you feel and use big girl words and stop saying uncomfortable, uncomfortable. Oh, I just hate that damn word. Be clear, be direct, be upfront, be a grown-ass woman about yours. Okay? Don't be doing this. You tell that little motherfucker what you feel and then you get rid of him. Because this is some sick, twisted shit. I don't care how well he treats you in that moment when it should be the closest that you two are being close together, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. Instead, his mind is elsewhere. His heart is elsewhere. And all you're getting from him is his body, which he could do with Five Finger Mary. That's what's going on with you. Okay? Please understand. You need to move on from this. Let him go back to whatever it was he was doing when he met you. Let me see. What does Silver Sleuter say? Yes, girl. This is sad. Question number 7 is a young man in 22 to 27 age group from Silver Spring, Maryland. He's African American and a Pisces. Summary of issue. I'm not sure which car to drive on my first date. What? This weekend, I'm going on a first date with someone I met a few times at the vet. I'm planning on picking her up and going for a coffee somewhere with scenery. It's a stupid question to ask, I know, but I'm unsure what car to bring. I have a nice sports car and an SUV as well, but since it's summertime, I thought the sports car would be more suitable. Would that come off wrong to bring an expensive car on a first date? She knows I have some money due to my family, and she really doesn't strike me as someone who cares, since she's also from wealth. I'm 23 and she's 25. Thanks in advance. Well, I'm going to tell you this. It's going to be y'all's date and she probably going to go to the hairdresser and get her hair did. So her hair's going to be cute. What you're not going to do is put her in a sports car with the top down to fuck up her hair. Okay? Now, you're not going to do that. You're going to leave your sports car at home and you're going to pick her up in the SUV with, if it's hot, you're going to turn the AC on. That's what you're going to do. You're going to be considerate of the fact that you're dating a black woman and she got her hair done and she don't want her hair fucked up in the wind. Okay? Think about this. You thinking about, yourself and what kind of display you're going to make. Think about things from her end. Her clothes going to be flying all over the place. Her hair's going to be all fucked up. She's going to get dirt and stuff on her lipstick, going to get stuck in there. It's not cute. Okay? I know in the movies it looks like it's romantic and fun. It's far from it. Okay? There's just so much going on when you're in a convertible and on the open road. Bugs be flying and like it's not cute. Okay? You go in the SUV and leave the windows up and turn on the AC. That's what you're gonna do. Am I right, ladies? I mean, if I'm wrong, tell me. But I mean, I just immediately got this picture. I mean, for me, it would be fine. But both women, they going there on the East Coast and stuff. They got they get relaxers and blow dries and all this stuff. So she gonna have her hairstyle all cute with her little wrap and stuff, and then you gonna fuck it up in your car. She gonna be mad as hell. You're not gonna do that. Yeah, see. And the worst thing is, the wind, how the wind go, and it has like dirt particles, and then you got your lips looking all cute with your little expensive MAC lipstick on, and suddenly there's like granules of dirt, grit on you stuck in your lipstick. So you got to wipe it all off, and you just look at all your money on that tissue. It's not a good scene, dude. Go in the SUV. Question number 8. This is a female in the 28 to 30. These questions, these questions. Oh. What did Ash say? Ash is going to get to the coffee spot looking all toe up with dirt embedded in her face and stuff, dirt in her eyes going like this. Oh, this is too funny. That's a good giggle. Okay, question number 8, female 20 to 34 from Amarillo, Texas. Summary of issue. I need to know if this is over. I think if you have to ask, the answer is obvious, but let's see how you're thinking of it. I'm 31 and I've been dating this 8-year-old man for 3 months. Last week we had a little argument, which I didn't think was an argument as much as expressing my frustration. It was me explaining to him that I felt neglected and as a last minute option to him, as he never makes plans in advance and always me asking him when he is free. He said he has a lot going on, and I know because he has told me. We have been great in every aspect, but this has been my only problem. I mentioned this twice in 1 week because clearly it wasn't resolved. The first time I told him was a few days ago after my birthday. He said, let's do something nice one of these days or on the weekend. And by Thursday, I asked him if he hadn't mentioned anything, and he said he was sorry he had a crazy busy week. We met that day and spoke, and it was a very heartfelt conversation. He said I wasn't just nook, and he sees more and slowly getting to know each other because he is looking for something long term. Last week, I told him again how I feel, and I asked him if he's free on Sunday, and he said he was going to see some friends, and that annoyed me because he wasn't even going to ask to see me that week because he said he can do early next week or the same day, which bummed me out because it was me asking again. He didn't even think about me on his own, and I wasn't available. I had to work on Saturday. He said that sometimes I think I won't be able to make you happy by being myself, and my busy schedule doesn't help either. And then I told him to meet me next week. I didn't hear from him in 2 days and then messaged to see how he was doing. We exchanged a few messages on Friday and then radio silence. It's now Monday. We plan to meet on Thursday. I don't think he will reach out, and I shouldn't either. I don't think we will meet at all, and this silence is the best proof that it's over, and that he only said, okay, let's meet because he felt sorry for me. Deb, is it really over? I really didn't do anything, only express how I felt, and if he didn't like me, he should have left before I got attached. I'm really annoyed as I want to have this conversation in person because he misunderstands me a lot over text. I don't know what to do. You should get a fucking clue. That's what you should do. You're 28 to 34 and you still dumb. This makes no damn sense that you just clueless. Okay, let's rewind. Let me get this page back over here so I don't misquote you in your dumbness. All right. You've been seeing him for 3 months. You went to this man that you've been seeing for 3 months and told him, I feel neglected and like a last minute option. You know why you felt that way? Because you are. Now, when you told him that, what did you expect that he was going to do? Oh my God, I didn't realize I was making you the last minute option and just not paying attention to you. That's what you thought you was going to get, did you? And instead, what you got was, well, you know what can I say? Because my schedule is just so busy and I just don't think I'm going to be able to make you happy. You know what that was? The kiss of death. That's what that sentence was that he gave you. At 28 to 34, you should have got it. He shouldn't have had to, go round and round with you about it while you went back to him to complain some more about him not spending time with you. Do you know how stupid you came across? Like you just dumb and just don't get nothing. That's what you said. That's what his impression is of you. He's like, well, damn, how about many ways do I have to tell this bitch? I'm not into her like that. I don't care what she doing. I don't care who she do it with. I don't care what she got, what she need, what she want, nothing. I don't care. That's what he's telling you. Because see, this is y'all standards for men. It's just so low and questionable. It's just unbelievable to me. By the time you had to tell a man that you're not married to, okay, because sometimes husbands start taking you for granted. This some clown you only been with for 3 months. He should be in the height of passion, chasing you down every other week. But no, he said you got to hunt him up. That's the sign that he don't care. If he can go all them different days without contacting you, with not wanting to see you, and you got to chase him down, You just an option, just like you surmised. He busy. Okay. He busy doing whatever he doing with whoever he doing it with under the guise of meeting his quote friends. But again, you didn't get it. And like I said, I find it hard to believe at your age group that you're this clueless. It's kind of embarrassing. You know that brothers always be pulling out that, I got a lot going on, because, I just got things to do, people to meet and places to go, sister, girl, you special to me and everything, but, I got, they just the same old dragon drama. They always do the same old thing. The game ain't changed in 120 years. Okay, you ought to know this by now. They always give the same dumbass, tired-ass speech. You chase him. Are you going to be free? Well, I'm meeting my friend. Okay, he's telling you, no, I'm not going to be free. I don't want to see you. Okay, that's what that means. And I'm like, why are you still chasing this man? You should never have to ask a man if he's free and when he's going to see you. Didn't I do a video about that? You don't ask them that. If he's interested, he's going to be in your face. You're going to get tired of him texting you, calling you, wanting to be up under you, wanting to take you somewhere, trying to pick you up from work to take you somewhere to pick you from home and take you to work just so he can have them extra 20 minutes with you. That's what they do when they're really into you. They don't do this. You don't have to chase them down. You don't have to call them, ask them without nothing. You don't have to do anything. Dudes know what to do. They know how to court the woman they're interested in. If he's not doing those kind of things, that means he don't like you like that. You ain't the one. You women need to get a clue and value yourself more. Stop begging men to pay attention to you and to go out with you and be with you. Stop it. It's so demeaning. And you think that it makes him like you? It makes him disgusted. He's like, she don't even like herself, so why should I like her? She don't treat herself well, value herself, so why should I? That's what you're going to get from a dude when you treat them like this and chase them like this and beg for their attention. Oh, Lord. I'm tired. I'm so tired. It's just so sad. Question number 9. This is a young man in the 22 to 27 age group. See, I'm telling you, this age group is just so lost. White European from Bristol, England. The female in question, 22 to 27. She's also European. Okay. So issue. I asked my neighbor out on it. My neighbor, I just love it, out on a date, and now I feel guilty. So me and my neighbor, let's call her what? H, are from the same country. She met me earlier this year when she needed some info on the property management. We exchanged numbers, and since then we've spoken almost daily. We used to meet 2 or 3 times a week. She was really sweet. She brought up dating multiple times and said that she wants to date. I got a few hints from her. At least I thought they were hints. She said I have come in her dreams. She says I'm cute and good looking. She also discusses about me with her friends and close colleagues all the time. So she says. Now coming to me, I have told her that I'm also looking for someone to date. She also knows this because she saw me having dating apps on my phone. She knows that I'm interested in her. I flirt with her most of the time, and she blushes and gets too comfortable. I don't know what that means. The other day, I have asked her out on a date. She said no, for which I said okay. A day later, I received a text from her to never contact her again. I haven't replied to it. I don't want to reply because I will never contact her again. Good move. Since then, it kept me in a loop of guilt. Did I do something wrong? Did I make any mistake? How come she doesn't know that I'm interested in her when I flirt with her most of the time? Ladies of the squad, please give me your thoughts. How can I not make this mistake again in the future? The number one mistake you make is you don't never shit where you eat. That means you don't get nobody where you date. I mean, you don't date nobody at your job, and you don't date nobody where you live. Okay, you broke the cardinal rule. Luckily, she was smarter than you, so she shut that shit down. But that's a gross error in judgment. You have to have boundaries and that kind of stuff. You don't date somebody who lives across the hall, down the bleak floor up or the next building. You don't do that. There's like millions of people. Okay, you don't have to get somebody who's like going to feel like you stalking them just because you walk around the complex or something. You don't do that. You give people their space. You don't mess with nobody at your job. Okay, there's have to be limits to this stuff. Boundaries here. So that's the mistake that you made. And now, she corrected course because she shut it down. So there will be nothing further happening in that direction. But to me, that's the mistake that you made. You may have done or said something else that you didn't even know that you did that made her feel creeped out or something. I don't know. Because her reaction seems a little strong for the way that you worded your exchanges, which leads me to believe that something else happened. You said or did something that was on the edge of inappropriate, and she didn't like it. So she just like, don't ever contact me again. You know what I mean? That seems a bit extreme. So something else, I believe something else happened or was said. You didn't look at her. You looked at her wrong. Something happened. Okay. I'm not in any position to make a judgment. I'm just saying her reaction is very strong based on the way, what you shared. It just seems out of balance. So you think about it. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Right. She may not be playing games, but she just may be like me. I mean, I'll talk to you and flirt with you. I'm a big flirt. I'll flirt with you and that, but I'm not going to bust a grape. As it comes time for some grape busting, I'm going to deuce out just like she did. I'll be like, no, I'm not going out with you. But that don't mean I'll flirt with everybody in the building. I'll do that. I'll be skinning and grinning. But you know what? When it comes time to do something, put up or shut up, as they say, I'm going to shut up. I'm not going to do shit. And I'm going to shut all of that down, just like she did. So I know that kind of move because that's what I do. But it's not really a game. I never promised you nothing. I never said I liked you. I never said when I wanted to talk about dating that I wanted to date you either. You jumped to some conclusions. Nobody said nothing like that to you. I did not allude to that. Nothing. I wasn't trying to spend time over at your house. I wasn't touching on you. I didn't suggest that we get together. I didn't suggest we even get some coffee. I didn't bring no cookies to your house. I didn't do nothing of the sort. I didn't offer to take your dog for a walk. There was nothing there that would make anybody think that somebody wanted to get close to him to just have some conversation. It's just light flirting, which you had missed it. That's what it was. So, but I'm telling you, don't do this again. Wherever you live and wherever you work, the women is off limits. Question number 10, female 22 to 27 from Calgary, Canada. Summary of issue. What does he mean by, quote, let's be friends for a while, end quote. About a month ago, I met a guy and sparks started to fly immediately. We got along great. We see eye to eye on many things. We have great and challenging conversations. We get each other jokes and we have a lot of fun together. Side note, I read online that when a guy is interested in you, he won't waste any time before acting like your boyfriend. He's the first guy I ever met that made me start to believe that. When I met him, he had just gotten out of a 2-year relationship a few months earlier when he moved to my town for his new job. On several occasions, but without pushing it, I asked him if he's over his previous girlfriend. He never referred to her as an ex. He never gave me a straight answer other than it wasn't cut and dry and he's not on the rebound. That means they're still together. We did have eggplant. It was just on the path from great to amazing. Wow. It just seemed like all the pieces were falling together in all the right places. He even made long-term plans a couple of weeks ago. He told me that he'd like to come with me to my graduation in December. Oh, did he now? We talked about getting together on Sunday, but we didn't really make definite plans. Sunday came and passed, and I haven't heard anything from him. I felt like he was pulling a fade out. Up until then, though, he was very reliable. He eventually got in touch on Monday and said he wanted to talk to me about slowing things down for a while and see each other as friends since he started to realize he's not ready for a new relationship. I did not take it well. I agreed that things were moving a bit fast and I would have agreed to slow things down. During the last few conversations, he told me that I'm amazing. He enjoys spending time with me. He's happy to get to know such a cool girl and that he's looking forward to spending time with me. In those same messages, he referred to himself as an inconsiderate a-hole. I learned from you that when someone tells you who they are, you should listen. I think I got this figured out. I told him I don't want to see him for a while as I'm still very attracted to him, and the line between friendship and romantic relationship is pretty blurred for me right now. The temptation to go over the fence would be too great. At the same time, I arranged for a date this weekend. I'm going to go rock climbing. Anyway, I was willing to wait for him to sort things out. I had thought about giving him 2 months before having, quote, the talk, but that was before he pulled the fade out. I don't trust him as much anymore. And I'm not willing to wait for him to sort things out after what he did. I guess I want to know if I am overreacting. I also want to know what guys think when they tell a girl, let's just be friends for a while. When I tell a guy that I want to be friends, it's usually because I'm not attracted to them and just want to let them down easy. But this particular guy, I don't know what to think since he's obviously attracted to me. You know, let me explain something to you, little girl. Because the dude wants to screw you and his parts get like boing, that don't mean he likes you. That means he's responding physically, which he could do to, like I said earlier, a blow-up doll. It's not a measure of his feelings for you that he wants to screw you. Why do you think men go to prostitutes? Do you think because they get wood and that means they're attracted to them women? Is that what you thought? Wake the fuck up. Stop sleeping with every damn body because you think he likes you because he flirted and talked to you. Your mind, these girls, your mind, what is wrong with you? You don't think right. A man who likes you wants to be around you, like I've said all through this video. This kind of thing here, because he hit it and quit it, does not mean that he likes you, that he's attracted to you, that you're special to him. Like I said, the fact that he avoided answering your question before about his ex and he never referred to her as an ex, that just means they're separated. That doesn't mean they're broken up. They're probably having a long distance relationship. And she came into town that weekend, and that's why he didn't see you. You don't need to wait for him, and you don't need to trust him either because he's not your man. Never was and never will be. What would you be waiting for? Is he the only man left on the planet? Girl, you tripping. Question number 11. This is a female in the 18 to 21 age group. She's Caucasian. No location provided. The male 18 to 21 needs the same. Summary of issue. My boyfriend took the side of the man who spiked my drink, citing that he was, quote, just trying to make me have fun. What do I do? Wow. These boyfriends are a trip. Did you all hear the video that I did the other day? It's an upload. It's not a live stream. This dude just... Anyway, it's the last video before this one. So if you haven't listened to it, check it out and let me share your thoughts. But it's like these boyfriends. I don't know about these boyfriends. So she writes, I've been with my boyfriend for about 9 months. He's 19, I'm 18. And last night we went to a gig for the first time together with 2 older family friends of mine that are 30 and 26. They're a couple. I'm not a big fan of booze. I will drink it, but in moderation. And I'd already had a few drinks that evening and made it very clear to all 3 of them I didn't want to drink anymore. I wonder where you are that you could be drinking at 18. I don't know, somewhere in this world. I went to the club with them after all the gig was just to have fun. I said I needed to be home around 2 because I have my last university entrance exam on Wednesday. This was on Saturday, and I wanted to study the following day, and I didn't want to be tired. Despite me making the fact that I wanted to leave earlier and that I didn't want to drink anymore, the whole evening they kept buying me drinks and trying to guilt me into drinking them. I refused. They also refused to walk me out to wait for a taxi. The club was in a dodgy area, and as a young girl, I was too scared to go outside and wait alone, and there was no signal in the club. What kind of club don't have no cell phone signal? That don't even sound right. Then when I returned from the bathroom, my boyfriend and my male family friend laughed to each other, handing me a glass of, quote, Coke. When I tried it, it was obviously alcoholic and contained a fairly high amount of vodka. Obviously, I was upset about them both lying to me, but the next morning, when I mentioned this to my boyfriend, he stood up for his family friends and said that they were just trying to make me have fun. They all said that when I went to uni, I would be the weirdo that doesn't drink. When I do, just not enough to get drunk, and that no one would want to be my friend. Wow, look at them using peer pressure like a teenager. I don't know if they are right because I don't know what is normal. I just know I didn't like the idea of being drunk, and now I feel betrayed. I don't know if this is enough to warrant a breakup, but even then I tried to explain how much it hurt me. He kept telling me I was overreacting and trying to flip it onto me and how I can't say anything because I'm never on his side. I refused to elaborate when I asked him what he means. What should I do? Break up with him immediately. Immediately. You should have done it that night on the fucking spot. You don't have somebody trying to play tricks and pranks and shit like that, putting stuff in your drinks and in your food, and you stay with them. Have you lost your mind? Did you have no sense of self-preservation at all? You could have told the bartender to call you a cab since your phone didn't work, and tell the cab driver to come into the bar and get you, and then you could walk out with the cab driver. You didn't have to stay in there. You know, if you young girls don't know how to handle emergency situations, stay your asses at home until you do. Y'all be getting into these like super simple shit situations, and you just be sitting there just wringing your hands and all confused, like you don't know what to do. You must have the stronger sense of self-preservation. You need to think about possible situations that you could get into in life and map out a plan for what you're going to do about them if it happens. So that if when it starts going down, you've already thought about it and you already know what to do because you've already made your plan. That's what you need to do. You plan your life. You plan for emergencies. You have contingencies in place. But in every bar, they have a phone. Like not a mobile phone, a desk, a wired phone. That's all you had to do. Go to the bartender on your way back from the bathroom and tell them you need a cab. These people are really harassing you and you need some help getting up out of there. Can they call you a cab? And tell the cab driver to come in and get you, and your name is this, and you're sitting over there. That's all you had to do. And he would have done it. Because the one thing they don't want is the liability of somebody getting assaulted in their business. That's all you had to do. Okay? You wanted to leave earlier, but you didn't leave. And you want to argue with him about siding with some people who spiked your drink. That is such a violation. You don't argue with people about that. You fire them from your life. And these family friends, you need to let everybody in your family know what they did. Okay. And then any of your family members that side with them, you go cold turkey and what they call it, no contact with them too, because they don't have your safety and your well-being at the front and center of their existence. Anybody who would side with somebody who did somebody like this, because for all they know, you're allergic. You have some allergy to some kind of alcohol. Some people, there's something that has rye in it, some kind of liquor that's made from rye. I don't know what it is. I can't drink it. I break out and I start having anaphylactic reactions, like my breathing changes, because I'm violently allergic to rye. So, of course, I can't drink any liquor that's made with rye. But somebody who didn't know that and spiked the drink with me, I would be fall out on the floor not breathing. And then they'd be like, oh, my God, I just gave her, put some stuff in her drink. Well, see, that shit could kill me. So, people, I don't know what they be thinking when they be doing stuff like that to people. You don't violate people's rights like that. And you are just so dumb. I mean, it's like you stay with this dude who agrees that somebody should hurt you and spike your drinks, and you think that that's okay, and you're going to write me to ask what you should do. Don't you like yourself? Do you not value yourself at all? There's no way in this world that you should be calling yourself in a relationship, laying up with, hugging up, and let somebody touch you and be all up in your space who treats you like this. Ooh, this is pissing me off big time. Ooh, if I was your mother, I would beat the shit out this boy. I would have to go find my friend Ben with the motorcycle chain and say, look, there he is right there. Go to put in some work. And I would beat his ass would get beat for trying some stunt like that. And then it would be that family friend would be next. You're not gonna do my child like that. You have lost your goddamn mind. But anyway, this is what I want you to break up with this fool immediately. And you, in the future, any boundaries that you have in place for yourself, you adhere to them, and you don't accept drinks from people. Especially they're trying to buy you drinks and all this kind of stuff. All you had to do really was they come with the drinks, throw the drink on the floor, throw the drink at him, sit there and pour it out on the table. Let them know I'm not drinking it. I said I'm not drinking it, and that's it. I don't really give a fuck what happens to the drink because I told you I'm not drinking it. But see, you didn't do that either. They would have shut that down if they saw their money just spilled all over the table. They would have seen that you were serious. But instead, you just talking. You didn't do anything. You girls kill me. But she never broke up with him, butter my toast. She never said that she broke up with him. I'm telling her to break up with him. So there's no going back to him to do. They never broke up. They had an argument about it, but she never said they broke up. She's just asking what she should do. Question number 12, male 22 to 27 from Virginia Beach, Virginia. He's African American. Summary of issue. My friend did something so fucked up to a girl, and now I don't know how to interact with him anymore. Can I get advice on how to deal with this? My friend is 28 and consulted me 24 about what he did, and I can't even talk to this dude properly. My friend was talking to this girl for a while, and the girl was engaged, which was already fucked up. The girl and him clicked and started hitting it off. Then the girl leaves her fiance because of reasons he did not clarify. So now it gets serious. They keep on talking for about 3 months. Then the girl tells him after that she had some issues with her health. She went to the doctor and found out she had stage 3 breast cancer. Whoa. He said that he was devastated to hear this, but kept talking to her. Mind you, till now they were not official. After a period, they decided to get into an official relationship, and they seemed pretty happy. He then says, quote, I thought about it logically, and then after that, he decided to leave her and not even let her know. He just ghosted her. I was so fucking pissed at him, but I didn't say anything. But now he's asking why I'm not talking to him and that he feels terrible for doing what he did. I hate when people justify their bullshit with the I'm logical claim. What should I say to him? You should just say everything that you just said to me. Just tell him that you're garbage, that you're trash, you don't have any kind of morals or values, and I can't be your friend anymore because you and I are not, we're not made from the same cloth. I think that what you did from start to finish was disgusting. I don't want you around no female friends or relatives of mine, dude. So there's no reason for me to be around you either because you on some bullshit. And I'm not about that life. That's what you have to tell him. Because see, when you have people who do stuff like this, that's so opposite of the way that you live your life, you have to be a very strong person. Otherwise, you end up getting pulled into their bullshit. It's very rarely goes the other way where the good person pulls the bad person into the goodness, the light, the positive. It rarely works that way. For some reason, the dark absorbs the light. The light don't seem to be able to be real strong against the dark. So what I'm telling you is get this fool about your life. Keep him away from all your friends and family members. He's made out of some bullshit that you ain't about. So you don't be friends with somebody like that because you can't trust a guy like this. If you can't trust somebody that you call your friend, why would you be friends with them? Why would you let them into your house, into your life, around your friends and family? Think about it. He's garbage. He's garbage. He gets to your garbage song. I need my hefty bags. Don't do this to yourself. Question number 13. This is 26. I guess I got 13 more after this. Oh, I'm tired. These people wear me out. Female 35 to 41 from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Male at the same age group. Summary of issue. My husband asked me why I need access to our cell phone account if I don't pay the bill. My husband and I were casually discussing adding a home security system to our Verizon account, and he said he would first like to find out why our bill is so high. I offered to call because he's at work, and he said, I'll do it. Don't worry about it. And I said, but I can literally call right now. And he said, knowing the answer, are you on the account and have that access? I responded with no, but you can add me, which you should do anyway. And he said, quote, I can't sit here and do that right now. He's at work. So I said, okay, but I would like you to do it eventually. It's weird that I don't have access to it. He says, why? It was my account and you aren't handling the money. I said, well, now it's our joint account. And what does handling the money have to do with accessing our joint cell phone account? His response, I don't care if you have access to it, but what do you need from it if you aren't paying the bill? This just left me with an odd feeling and no idea how to respond. What are the reasons a spouse should have access to the phone bill if they are not the ones paying the bill? Because you are goofy. Let me tell you how this would have went if this was me. Okay, first of all, if I was having my money automatically deposited to account with his, I would immediately change that. Then I would go and I would turn that phone off and I would open me up another account, and definitely not with Verizon. I would get somewhere else. Google Fi, anywhere that's not Verizon because they be charging too much. And because then you don't want him to be able to link the accounts or do any fancy stuff. You want it with a whole new company that's only under your name, and you want the bill sent to your job, or you get a post office, whatever you're going to do, your mother's house, whatever. And then you have your own phone bill and that you have control over your account. And then that's what you do. And you pay your phone bill directly from your new account where he doesn't have access to your money. That's what you do. And so then when he's like, well, you don't need access to the account. Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't need it anymore. I don't need it anymore. And he's going to be like, well, yeah, because you don't pay the bills. Like, you're right. I don't. So I don't need access to it. You're right. And then he's going to be like, well, you turned off your phone. I'm like, I sure did, because I don't have access to the account where it's my phone. And I feel like that's treating me like a child and it's being very controlling. And I don't want to be controlled. So I got my own account with my own phone. And so there you go. That's how I would do him. You're not going to tell me what I can't look at. And girlfriend, if he's handling all the money and you don't know where the money's going, how much stuff costs, insurance policies and all, you don't know nothing about the finances in your house, you're stupid. Get your shit together. You need to know everything. You dig around until you find out stuff. Write down account numbers, locations of the banks or whatever it is, insurance policies and companies' name. You get all the information that you need so that you have all the financial data that you need about your household and where your money's going with your husband. Women who live like you evidently always get screwed over. Always get screwed over. There's no reason why a man would be trying to keep all of that secret and under his sole control unless he's up to some monkey business and doing some shit he don't want you to know about. Otherwise, it would be like an open book. But the fact that he's being, and not only very defensive about it too, when you ask him. So that just really that just confirms to me that he's doing some shit he don't need to be doing with that money. And you just sitting up there just being all brand new, like not even questioning it. Stupid. They be looking for women like you. Just because you married, you just think, oh my God, I don't have to do anything. My husband's taking care of everything. The fuck he is. Question number 14. This is a female in the 22 to 27 age group from Carmel, Indiana. She is white. Summary of issue. Why would a guy do this? So I was at the gym training, and this guy approaches me. I really don't care if someone talks to me between sets or while I'm resting, but literally after saying, hi, my name is blank, the first thing he asks is if I live alone. I felt really unsafe. Well, at least you didn't say you felt uncomfortable. Thank you. I think there shouldn't be a need to say this, but if you want to succeed with meeting women, don't make the person you're trying to flirt with feel threatened. I've been training for years already, and I was warming up on the bench press. So he came to spot me, which was odd because I wasn't struggling or anything of that kind. But he held my elbows and, quote, helped me up. He introduced himself and asked what he asked. To give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe he was nervous or had zero game, I asked him what he meant. And he replied, well, do you have a place alone? I ignored him and put my headphones back on, and he went to talk to another girl. I have already been touched without my consent. Also had a guy I'd never seen come with his front camera on at the gym, asking if he could take a picture of me because he thinks I look good, and doing it anyway, even after I clearly replied not to do it. There was also another guy at one gym I used to go to who admitted to learning my gym schedule to see me. This one was not necessarily harmful, but it leaves you thinking that if the guy did stalk me, then what is stopping a guy to ask if I live alone to do the same with some extra intentions of just being there while I train? So yeah, asking if I live alone creeped me out, and I just wanted to see how you would have handled it, Deb. Their standard answer for anybody who asks me nosy ass questions is, why would you need to know that? See, I respond to their question with another question. This is something I've been doing since I was about 12 years old. That same answer to everybody, my mother's friends, teachers, professors, other students, people on my job, people, neighbors, anybody I come into contact that, they come right up against my boundary, what I would feel comfortable letting you know about me, right? There's a boundary there. If I wanted you to know, I would have told you, right? Because I tell you guys stuff about my life all the time. But if I ain't volunteering the shit, then don't you ask me. Because that means I don't want you to know. And that means it ain't none of your business. So when they ask me stuff like that, and I just look at them, I go, well, why would you need to know that? And inevitably, they stutter and stammer, their eyes roll around, they look around, they go, shit, why do I need to know that? So then they come back with, well, I just want to know. And then you know what I say? I say, oh. And then I go right on back to doing what I was doing. And I never answer. I never answer their questions because they don't know. Now, if they should be so bold as to say, are you going to give me an answer? Then I say no. Then you just understand that? Because I didn't answer. So that means I'm not going to answer. You don't get that? And then they just sit there and look at you and they'd be like, well, that didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. So it would have been something along those lines. I just would ask him, why would you need to know that? Now, he might have, actually given you an answer because he sounded really stupid and probably been like, well, because I want to come and see you, or, if we could go hang out at your place or something like that. He most likely would have said something like that. It's like, what, are you homeless? You live with your mother? What's going on that you need to be walking up to random women at the gym to ask them if they live by themselves? You know how that sounds? It sounds like a broke dusty. That's what it sounds like. Like you just like a hobosexual trying to look for some place for your little chicken head ass to roost. That's what it sounds like to me. So see, with me, it's like it starts simple. Why would you need to know that? And then, and then, no, I'm not going to answer that. And then as they progress, my responses get increasingly vicious until I'm calling you names. You're a dusty motherfucker, things along these lines. But usually they stop. I've only had to go there one time that I can remember in my entire life, once. But everybody else, they kind of see that things are ramping up and they're starting to get a little, they not feeling real good about how they came up and wonder what's wrong with me and why I'm answering like that. And they get edgy. They get a little nervous because it's not going according to their script. And then, I don't look away. I'd be staring right at them. Because if you start looking away, then it presents to these kind of men as fear, as you're like intimidated or something. You don't know what to do. No, whatever I'm doing, I put it down and I just stare at them just dead in their eyes, just like that. Like, turns like turn or tilt to the head, tilt to the other side. Look, eyebrow might raise up. Eyes might go to the side a little bit, like, this motherfucker right here. But, I'm still staring. I'm right here. I'm not going to look down. I'm not going to look down. I'm going to stare at you to see what kind of ignorant move you're about to make next. I'm going to have to tap your ass with my stun gun. So it's a very interesting kind of thing. And I think a lot of dudes, they're used to intimidating women. But you got to just, like I said, these are the kind of things that you ladies, all these scenarios, you hear other people get into these fucked up situations. You should think, if that happened to me, what would I do? So you map out plans for yourself so that you don't get caught in these same situations like these girls. And if you do, you already know what to do. I've given some answers, but you might need something else, depending upon the, circumstances where you are when it goes down. But you need to think about inevitabilities, because at these days, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it's going to happen, because these dudes are out their minds. So you have a plan in place of what you're going to do to save yourself. Think about it. Have your shit together. Have your plan mapped out so you can come back and tell us about it instead of being on the back of a milk carton, which is an old joke from the 80s. Okay. Yeah. These dudes, I don't know, they weird. Question number 15. This is a male in the 20 to 34 age group from Vallejo, California. Summary of issue. I feel like my friend is taking advantage of me, Deb. My friend's a pilot in the Air Force and routinely flies into my city to visit his family. Whenever he does, he reaches out to me and asks to use my car for the weekend. I'm usually okay with this, even though he's not on insurance and he tends to drive over 200 plus miles each time. Okay, you stupid. In the past, he always requested to be picked up from the airport and dropped back off as well. What? As I've gotten older and now I have a family, he started taking Ubers to and from the airport to at least help with that portion, as it's a 30 plus minute drive each way. This past week, he again reached out, asking to use my car, and I obliged. He mentioned that he would Uber to the airport and back, no problem. When he called today and asked if I want to hang out at the airport with him before he leaves, he said, you can just drive me to the airport and we can hang out before my flight. Am I a bad friend to feel I'm getting taken advantage of? No, but it took you long enough to fucking figure it out. First of all, don't let him use your car anymore. You need to let him know that in advance. It's like, dude, I got kids and a wife now. I need my car. You never know what's going to happen. You need to rent your car if you're going to get one. Hertz or whatever has some good weekend rental deals, or you can just Uber around or whatever you're going to do, but you cannot use my car anymore. Going forward here, don't even ask me. I'm not going to pick you up from the airport. I'm not going to drive you nowhere, and you're not using my car. So, if we happen to meet up while you're in town, we will, but it's not going to be because my vehicle is involved for anybody but me. Do I make myself clear? He's going to say yes, and then that'll be the end of that. I don't understand why you haven't done that before. Why you would let someone drive your vehicle who's not on the insurance? He's an air pilot in the Air Force. He got some money. He can afford to rent his own car. You're being like a codependent or something, like it's your baby brother, or you with mommy or something. What is your problem? Ain't nobody driving my shit. I'm sorry. I don't even like the valets. I'll park. I'll walk. I don't want them peeling out. They be burning rubber in your car and doing all kind of fancy. No, I will park over there, and we just gonna walk. And no valets get in my car. Nobody get my key. Nothing. Nothing's happening. And I'm not loaning my car either. Anybody thinking they're gonna be doing that? That news. Yep, all the nopes in the world. I don't know why a lot of people normally have problems saying no. They cannot say no to people. I don't know what it is. Honey, no and free, my two favorite words. I told my daughter that when she was in the 5th grade, she had some kind of assignment. And she came home and she says, Mommy, what's your favorite word? And I thought about it. And I didn't want to tell her no because, she's a kid. So I said free. So she wrote that down and went to school. And her teacher called me up to the school and was like, did you really say that? I said, yes. She said, so everything she wrote here is true? I said, absolutely. And the teacher thought it was hilarious. So I'm like, what you want from me? Hey, I'm just saying. I just be saying it like it is. Okay, now let's move on to question number 16. Oh my God, we have 10 to go. Female 22 to 27 from Houston. She's Latina. The male in question is 22 to 27 and he's Caucasian. Summary of issue. Was this date, quote, red flaggy? Oh, I like that little word. So I went on this first date with this guy that I've been talking to for a while. I get to the date and he's just staring at me, LOL. I sit down and he's clearly nervous and kind of shaky. We had light, fun conversation, get to know one another. Then he starts saying how I'm not a good communicator and pulls out his phone, showing that I take forever to respond to his texts, showing me all his messages and the dates that I responded to him. I can admit that I'm a busy person, but to pull that on the first date and you didn't, okay. Then he starts asking me where I work. I responded over there and he said, well, what's the name of the place? I said, why do you need to know? And he says, well, why can't I know? I'm not going to do anything. Then he starts asking me what race was the last man I was with. Wow. He pulled some slight name jokes, but I honestly thought it was just flirting. Okay, what? He then proceeded to take me for ice cream afterwards, and he started talking again about how I'm a bad texter. This wasn't the whole conversation. He was asking me a lot of questions about myself, and it seemed like he was generally trying to get to know me. He then asked me what my last name was. I said, you don't need to know that. And he replied with, why can't I know it? He starts telling me that I look like the type to break someone's heart, saying, I bet you have a lot of dudes on your phone, and then start asking if I like him now or not. I also noticed when I checked my phone or when I wasn't talking, he would just stare at me so intensely, like soul staring almost. I ended the date and he was like, can I see you again? I said, yes. And he was all like, wow, that didn't sound convincing. Overall, there were some fun parts, but what do you think? I said, you should have told his ass no. What you lied for? Okay, let's go over this. Now, this was a whole fucking parade of red flags. Let me tell you about this motherfucker right here. Okay, so you get to the date and he's all nervous and stupid. So then the first thing he starts doing is complaining. You're supposed to say, shut up and stop bitching. One thing that I don't like that's not sexy is men who bitch and whine like little girls. I can't fucking stand it. If this is going to be the start of the date, then I can just deuce out right now. Because one thing I'm not going to do is sit here and listen to a grown man cry and whine about somebody fucking texting. We're not going to do that. That's what he would have got from me. Because, one thing I figured, I don't know. What happened to my chill? I used to have some. When I got about 30, it went away. I don't know. It just left. It's like I woke up one day and I didn't have it anymore. So now when dudes act stupid like that, I just blow their hair back. In meetings, I blow people's hair back. I try to be good because I'm supposed to be professional because I'm trying to get paid. Sometimes I can do it. Most times I can't. I mean, they don't get called MFs and stuff like that, but, they just get told. My neighbors, I be telling them off. My relatives, I just be telling people about themselves because I can't stand it. If you hold all that stuff in, you know what happens? You have a heart attack or a stroke. Better they to have one than me. I've been there, done that, and we're not going. I mean, I got the T-shirt, the tickets, stubs, and then the little flyers and all that stuff. I don't want to go back there and do that again. So if anything, it got worse after last year. So that's what he would have got from me. We'd shut that shit right down right now. So this is what you gonna do? Is this how you want to conduct yourself this evening? Because we can just end this shit right here. Because this ain't fun. Okay, that would have been it. So then he's showing you the stuff, and you looking. You're not a good communicator, and he's like take forever to respond to text. You supposed to ask him, why you think you're so fucking important that you need to get an instant response? Who deluded you to think that was your situation? You on some bullshit right now. Be trying to demand instant responses. Motherfucker, you ain't nobody. You need to stay in your envelope of strange motherfucker that I just met and stop trying to get out of it. So then you say you're a busy person. And okay, you was trying to be all polite and stuff. I would have blown that motherfucker's hair back. Where do you work? Motherfucker, you don't pay me, so you don't need to know. You ain't the IRS and you ain't the one writing my checks, so where I work ain't none of your goddamn business. Right? That's what he would have got from me. So then he's going to start, asking what was the last race you met? The man you was with? Oh, boy. That's when the fun would have began. Well, let me think. I had this Latin lover from Brazil. Oh, my God. That man was so fucking fine. And he was hung like a horse. He was so cute. Dimples, brown skin. Look at you. You look kind of pasty. Are you going to get some sun this summer? Because you know that man, the man of light is hitting you and it's blinding and shit. You need to get you some tan, some tint on that skin because you just like a little bit too white and bright for me. And then, he's talking about he's going to take you to get ice cream. And see, I mean, there's like so many opportunities to slam him and you didn't take him. You were just being polite. Oh, my God. I would have had a fucking field day with his feelings. I would have sent that boy home in tears and in a body bag. Emotional body bag. And you know why? Because he deserved it for asking these stupid ass questions and talking that stupid ass conversation. Can I see you again? Well, looking as how you looking about Ray Charles about the face right about now, I'd say the answer to that question is no. He couldn't see me again, and neither can you. Oh my God, girl, you just missed all kind of golden opportunities to just clown into oblivion. I just would have acted a complete fool. Oh yeah, because he would have asked for it. I'm telling you, I just would have went crazy, just making up shit, just so I could watch his face crack, see the tears start to fall, the lips start to quiver, because he was already shaking, right? She said he was already shaking. That's a golden opportunity to make him shake himself right onto the floor. Like, oh my God. Oh. And his hair, and he just beautiful. The man was just beautiful. And then when the moonlight hit him, it's like a god. It was just unbelievable. Oh, and his stroke game. Oh my God. It was just unbelievable. He had muscles all over his back and his arms and his shoulder. It was just so tough, sexy motherfucker. I just couldn't stand it. I'd have just been making shit up. Yeah, the quivering lip. When they trying to choke back tears. You know how babies do? When they getting ready to cry and their little lip pokes out and then it starts quivering. It's so cute. I hate to see them cry though. But it's that one little moment before they let out that wail. It's so cute. They be like, as they drawing in that air, she get ready to let that scream out. Cute, but oof, them creeping, crying. Okay, let's move on with it. I can't have too much fun ripping him to shreds. Question number, and no, you ain't gonna go out with this fool again. Unless you're going to do like I just told you and clown him into the next year. Question number 17. This is a female in the 22 to 27 age group from Swansea in the UK. She's white/European. Summary of issue. My boyfriend confessed that he has feelings for my best friend. Okay. And you still calling him your boyfriend. This is interesting. My boyfriend, let's call him Ryan, expressed to me a few weeks ago that he has been feeling disconnected in our relationship and he has feelings for my best friend. We've been hanging out a lot with my best friend, quote, Ashley. Now, Ryan and Ashley have been friends since they were little kids. I met Ashley in high school and been best friends with her ever since. We're all 27 now. Ashley and Ryan didn't really talk much in high school. We went to different high schools, man. This year, Ryan and I moved in together for the first time. We were in the process of buying a house. Stupid. A few weeks before our settlement date of the house, Ryan broke down and said that he has been feeling disconnected in our relationship and that he feels there's something missing. So I asked him what he's missing, and he mentions that he feels we don't laugh enough or have banter. He expressed that he has noticed he has more laughs with Ashley and brought up having feelings for her. Hearing this, I was definitely devastated and heartbroken and took some time to process everything. I've noticed that whenever we hang out with Ashley, I do feel like I'm sort of just a third wheel to Ashley and Ryan. They have this connection. They're always laughing and silly, goofy together. After realizing that he's feelings for Ashley, Ryan has proposed the idea of cutting her off completely. A part of me would want that, but also a part of me feels guilty because they have been friends for a long time. I just don't know what to do. Should I tell Ashley that Ryan has feelings for her, or does Ryan need to just cut her off? No, no. Choice C. You need to cut off Ashley and Ryan and let them get together because that's what they want to do. See, you say you feel like you've been third wheeling. That's because you are. The man. And see, my thing is this: how are you gonna have a man that you call your boyfriend come and tell you to your face that he has feelings for your friend, and you think that that's man? There's still an opportunity for something to happen here. Are you delusional, drunk, high, crazy? What? Something's wrong with you. You don't don't have you no pride at all? You're just like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, you're still my boyfriend. No, he's not. The man is straight telling you to your face that he likes another girl. And you talking about, well, she should go away. You think the feelings are going to go away because he don't talk to her? He doesn't want you the way that he wants her. He's comparing the two of you. You're buying house, cancel that deal and get your money back. Cancel it. You might lose, I don't know how your thing is set up. You might lose what they call earnest money. You might lose some of your deposit, but it'd be better than having to get in with a whole house and buy it and live there in misery with a man who doesn't love you and who's going to leave you anyway. Because he doesn't want you. He wants her. Be grown enough and woman enough to accept reality and deuce out on this. Get your money back. Call the realtor tomorrow and tell him that, there's been a change of plan. The two of you are breaking up and you need to cancel the deal. And then you do that. Don't never try to hang on to some man who's going to tell you to your face that he wants another woman. Well, should he just leave her alone? Should he decide to cut her out? You act like Ryan's got the only dick in the world. You tripping. Question number 18. Female, 28 to 34, Nottingham, East Midlands in the UK. She's Caucasian. Summary of issue. My boyfriend of 6 years has photos of my younger sister on his phone. Oh. My boyfriend asked me to help him with something on his phone. Support asked me to send a screenshot of the error message he was getting. When I went into his gallery to attach the screenshot, I saw that he had screenshots of my sister from her social media page. To be fair, these are photos that anyone has access to, but that's also kind of the issue. Why would you need to screenshot these photos if you can look at them anytime you want to online? I'm not dumb. I know why he has them, and I'm beyond grossed out. We're both 34 and have been together for 7 years, and we live together. My sister's 27 is my best friend. She spent the night at our house. My boyfriend and I have spent the night at her house. He has been to all of our family events. He is family. No, he's not. Also, my boyfriend sucks with technology. I'm constantly helping him reset passwords and place return orders, etc. I have found tons of popcorn and popcorn searches on his phone, and I've told him numerous times, I don't care what you look at, but it shouldn't be this easy for me to find. I have told him about private browsing. To clarify, I never intentionally looked through his phone, Deb. Anything I found is literally because he asked me to help, and in helping, it was right there, right in my face. When I found the pictures of my sister, I tried to just finish what I was helping him with, but I ended up being so upset my hands were shaking that I threw the phone in his lap and told him he's going to have to figure out himself because I saw the pics of my sister. He instantly knew he was in trouble, and the first thing he said was, well, I know you're going to be mad at me tonight and probably tomorrow too. I went into my bedroom and I shut the door. As he tends to do, he came in 20 minutes later and asked if I wanted to talk. I told him that there is no other reason for him to have them saved on his phone and that it's always going to be weird to have him around when she's there and that I feel grossed out. Okay, so this makes it sound like you plan to stay with him. It's going to be weird to have him around when she's there. He first accused me of looking through his phone, which I quickly corrected. Then he said guys are just different with no further explanation, and the rest was just, I don't know what to say, and telling me he was going to give me space. At one point, he asked if I was going to leave him, but I don't think he let me answer, or he started saying something else, but either way, I didn't get answered. I just don't know if this relationship deal breaker or is just something I have a conversation about. How do I not feel weird seeing him interact with my sister? It also sucks because my sister's the person I would normally go to with this information, but I can't tell her this. You should tell her this. You should tell us. You should tell everybody in your whole family. You know why you need to tell everybody in your whole family? Because if you have younger female relatives and they have social media pages, chances are he's gonna perv on them next. See, you're not thinking. When a man crosses a boundary like that and he's gross and nasty about it, what's the limit? Where does it stop? Is she 12, 11, 10 in diapers, 5, 14? What? Where is this cutoff? Your sister is 20, but still your baby sister. It doesn't matter if she's in her 20s. He's in his 30s and she's way younger. And so to me, the connection would be made and there will be no coming back from that. Get your shit and get the fuck out. And if you're not going to get out, then I'm leaving. But this shit here, this is over. This is over. And delete. As a matter of fact, when you had the phone, you should have deleted all them images. Not like he can't go and get them again. But that's when you tell your sister, tell her to close her page and make it private. And then to unfriend his ass. And for everybody else to unfriend him too. See, that's what you should be doing. You should be like closing doors, especially so people that have young daughters can protect their kids. I don't understand why, though, the parents that have, like young daughters, why would you have a public page? Why would you be like and putting pictures of your kids up and stuff and leaving it out in the open like that? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? I really don't think any people need to have social media when they have kids. You shouldn't put your kids on your social media accounts. Really? I mean, you got family. You give them a picture. You don't send them an electronic. You take it down there, you get a printer, you print it out yourself, and you hand them the picture in their hands. They can put it in a frame or something. Not have it floating around so they can upload it to social media and all these different things of your children. I just wouldn't trust people like that. My daughter's plenty grown, so I mean, she could have 2, 4, 5 kids by now, but she doesn't. But I'm just saying, I would never have thought to even think about putting her online like that. Please do something to protect your sister and the other females in your family. Don't let this slide. Question number 19. This is a female. Oh, let me see what you guys be talking about. Yeah, this dude is just, yeah, factory reset that bad boy. There you go. See, TNT, she probably know how to do it. I wouldn't know how to do that. But I know one thing, I would delete all that shit off the phone. It's gross. Question 19. This is a young lady in the 22 to 27 age group. She's African-American from Kansas City, Missouri. Summary of issue. My boyfriend wants me to stop wearing makeup, get my nails done, and straightening my hair. Is he trying to control me? My boyfriend is 30, and he recently told me I'm just 23, that he does not like it when I wear makeup, get my nails done, and straighten my curly hair, and wear perfume. He said when I do, I am a fake person, and that I am disrespecting him, and he constantly says I smell like a whore. You know what's bothering me? That he got to say this to her more than once. Notice how she said constantly says, and she's still with him. Mind you, he knew before he started dating me that I like to do those things. I rarely get my nails done. I only straighten my hair when I'm getting a haircut or doing fall and winter season because my hair is easier to maintain. I wear makeup to work, but it's not heavy. I only do my eyelashes, eyebrows, and some blush. I love perfume and I love smelling good. I don't see an issue with it. I've told him multiple times it's very disrespectful to tell me I smell like a whore. And his rebuttal is that, well, that's what whores smell like. Well, I would want to know, no, that's what your mama smell like. That's what your mama smells like. And she the biggest hoe there is. So, just because you're trying to put that on everybody else, I'd have to fire about something about his mother. I told him I feel like he is trying to change me, control me, and disrespect me. He claims he is not, which I do. You should believe his ass. First of all, because he's trying to he did put you down. And number 2, that he does it repeatedly. And number 3, that you let this man call you a prostitute. That's what you did. And you still with him. Have you lost your mind? I mean, by the time that word came out of his mouth, you should have been leaving him. You don't let no man talk to you like that. The only thing he's supposed to be calling you is like honey, darling, sweetie pie, angel face, my little bookins, something something with some sugar in it, not some like a streetwalker. He's not supposed to talk to you like that. He's not supposed to think those kind of things and use those thoughts in any kind of association with you. The fact that you have a man who talks to you like that and you stay with him, you have lost your mind and he has no respect for you at all. Get out of this situation. Get away from this fool. Stay far, far away from him. He's trying to destroy you. I don't know what kind of low self-esteem he has, but he is trying to destroy you, break you, and make you feel bad about yourself. You better get away from him now while you're still in one piece. Question number 20. This is a female in the 28 to 34 age group. She's from New Jersey, and she's African-American and black. Summary of issue: how do I deal with downstairs noisy brats? Hello, Miss Deb and squad. I'm 29, currently living with my family in New Jersey, but I can't move out right now due to the rent because other places are so high. I'm also saving up to leave, but in the meantime, I want my time here to be tolerable. We have a family who lives in the apartment Lois with 2 kids, one of them especially annoying their daughter. I don't know what's wrong with her because the second she gets up in the morning, she goes until she goes to bed, she's always stomping and running around. The running is so hard we can feel it every time she's home. I filed a noise complaint with our rent agreement says that we're not allowed to talk to the neighbors if we have an issue. The noise has gotten a little better, but I won't count on that since school is out now and I work from home. Other than the thin floors, this place isn't the best either. The front door has been broken into twice due to being old and having a loose lock. We have to use a security bar to jam our door at night so that we feel safe. The super of the building isn't reliable. He takes forever to get back to use about a concern. I think you're supposed to say us about a concern, or he forgets completely. He's not the sharpest crayon in the box. I've also tried calling the owner of the building, but he's also hard to get a hold of. So my question to you, Ms. Deb, are there actions I can take in regards to the noise or the safety concerns of this place? Maybe you or someone from the squad would know what to do. And if no officials can help, maybe I can raise these other concerns and those will be taken more seriously. Where are you again? New Jersey, okay. They affect our safety and peace of mind. Thank you in the squad for any advice. Okay, anybody live in New Jersey know, do they have some kind of rental board, landlord board, that kind of place that where you can here they have what's called Cal OSHA. So if you have issues where something is a health violation, about health code kind of situation, you call Cal OSHA, they'd be at your house the next day inspecting shit. They don't play. I don't know what they have in New Jersey, but it has to be something out there with, if you have a safety issue, like you shouldn't have to put a bar on your door. The basic premise of a rental agreement would mean that you have safe occupancy and secure occupancy of the place that you're paying rent for. So the fact that you got to put a bar up and the lock's broke because the doors are all rotten and all that kind of stuff. No. You should have been. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know New Jersey, so I don't know what the agency would be called. But there has to be one. Call around until you find out, and then you lodge a complaint. If for nothing else, for the door and whatever else is busted around there, and they may make the landlord fix it, and they usually give them 14 days, 10 business days. They give them a time limit, in which case they have to do it, or they start having to pay hefty penalties and interest. I'll say Shay said Google code enforcement in your area. So there you go. Yeah. And then see what they say, because I'm sure there's got to be something where they will come out and look at it and make it unsafe. Now, this is, be prepared though. If they start looking around and they find stuff like termites, some structural problems and stuff, then everybody gonna have to move. The good thing is the landlord will have to give you money though. So it's not like it's gonna come out your pocket. They have to give you your deposit back and some money to move, because the problem is something that he created. So anyway, look into that and start figuring out your options, and hopefully you guys can move to a better building, because this sounds like drama. Question number 21. This is a young man in the 28 to 34 age group from Denver, Colorado. He's white. The female in question is 28 to 34, and she's white. I mean, he's black and she's white. Okay. Summary of issue. Is equating hard work with money a red flag to avoid? I'm 29 and I went on a date with this 30-year-old woman I met on a dating app. On the date, she talked about money a lot. She also implied that the more money you make, the harder you work. Along with people who do not make money, do not work hard. Oh, she's stupid. For example, according to her, any hobby that does not contribute to financial gain is not worth pursuing. And someone making $50,000 is probably not working hard enough, which according to me is not true at all, as many minimum wage workers work insanely hard. I'm just trying to get your perspective, Auntie. My mom died a couple of years ago, and I don't really have any other ladies to ask if this kind of mindset is a red flag or not. I'm going to say this. She's very money focused. If that's not where you are and you want to have a relationship where there's mutual respect and consideration for each other's interests and thought processes, then this ain't the woman for you, which, you met on the fucking dating app. So what would you expect? It's like too many weirdos on dating apps for me. Like I said earlier, like early last week or something, I have yet to hear a good story about somebody meeting somebody being this wonderful experience on a dating app. It's like always some like drama, losers, confused, mental cases, weirdo. I mean, just nothing interesting, nothing sane, nothing good on a dating app. So she talked about money. People talk about the stuff that where their interest lies, and then she's putting down people who might not have that much education, but they work insanely hard. They have a great work ethic. Sometimes they have 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet, but they're not making that much money on either one of them, so they have to work more jobs. So she's saying, that means you're not working hard. She's got that first world mentality. This ain't the chick for you. I'm not about, I don't care about the interracial aspect. I'm talking about her personality. That this is not a match. Okay, it's not a match. She's that kind that, no matter what you did, if you're not making enough money for whatever she thinks you should be making, then she's going to always be pushing you and not satisfied. And that, it might motivate you a little bit, but at a certain point you start feeling like no matter what you do, it's not going to be good enough. And then it becomes like soul crushing. So your best bet is to just let this die on the vine. She's going to be like, are we going to go out again? You're going to be like, nope, we're sure not. Question number 22 of 26. This is a female in the 42 to 49 age group from Brooklyn, New York. She is African-American and a Taurus. The male is someone over 65. He's a Libra. Summary of issue. My father's family is raising the dead, literally. Hello, Deb and Candace. Thank you both if you choose my letter for all the work you do for Squad and women in general. I am a longtime listener and have learned and gotten solid dating advice from you for over 7 years now. However, today I'm writing about a family issue. I'm a 43-year-old Black woman with a father from a Creole/Black mixed race background. I grew up with my dad, but he was disowned for being white passing, but marrying my dark-skinned mother. He remained close with my maternal side when my parents divorced and had a friendship with my grandmother, his ex-mother-in-law, even joining her church. We only met his family a couple of times, and his family has a reputation for being rich and cruel. His own mother clearing out his twin sister's apartment when she unalived herself at 35 before my dad had a chance to fly cross country and select some of the things to keep for himself. My father died suddenly when I was 20 and my sister was 16. None of his family members reached out to offer us any condolences or support or planned his funeral without our input, choosing to celebrate his heydays before he married my mother, talking about his high school hobbies, despite him being a grown 48-year-old man. Fast forward 10 years, my sister and I came into an inheritance from his side of the family, so we heard from them for the first time. I stupidly decided to try and get to know them and visited my uncle, aunt by marriage, and adult male cousin in Washington State a couple of times. On the second meeting, my adult male cousin, who's in his late 30s, I got a bad feeling when we were walking the dog alone, and he made inappropriate sexual remarks towards me and also some remarks about his 2 biological sisters. Wow. I was relieved that at least we never knew them as children because I definitely think he would have tried something. My aunt was rude, and I realized that my father never pushed to have a relationship with his relatives. Okay, girl, you wrote, this is like ridiculous, too much detail. What's the point of all of this? Today I received an email on my public business email with the subject line family news. It turned out to be to my father's sister. A different advised the predator cousin has recently unalived himself. He was a 45-year-old Dusty who never had a job. Blah, 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 blah. She says my uncle is willing to correspond and speak with me as he felt the cousin and I had been close. But I'm at a loss what to do. Even though these people are biologically related to me, they are strangers. They have no way of confirming if I've ever received this email or if it's even valid, and I haven't had contact with any of them in 9 years. Would you respond and express generic condolences or delete, block, and chuck up the deuces? Oh, girl, I would have blocked and deleted him the second I got back after he made them inappropriate comments. Him and everybody connected with him. They shouldn't have even been able to reach out and contact you. Because the fact that he's 30 whatever years old and he's still acting like that, that means it's been tolerated his whole life. You think that just came out of nowhere. Oh, no, 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 no. This has been how he is, and the auntie and the uncle know about it. Trust me. So he unalived himself. Good riddance. Nope, you didn't get that email. You don't know nothing about it. But see, you could have shortened this letter by half. You went into way too much detail about stuff that had nothing to do with nothing. You know, they talked about his heyday and they did this. They don't have shit to do with the letter. Don't do that to me again. That just makes me have to waste too much time reading stuff that's irrelevant. Question number 23, female, 28 to 34, Aquarius, no location provided. Then another female, same age group. Summary of issue. What are your thoughts on the 12 zodiac signs? What? Can you do a rundown on the positives and negatives of the 12 zodiac signs in men? I don't 100% believe in horoscopes, but I think they are a fun way to look at a relationship from a different perspective. Are there any signs you would refuse to date or marry? I've talked about that several times. I know this might be a lot to ask for. Maybe this would be better as a standalone video, but either way, I would just love hearing your perspective. Well, it probably would be better, but I'll just give you a quick rundown. Who do I not date at all? I don't even want to talk to. Scorpio is number 1 on the list. Pisces is number 2 on the list. Virgo is number 3. Capricorn, number 4. Not really too fond of Libra men, so we'll put them on number 5. Gemini men, they're fun to be around, but not to date. Definitely not to marry. But basically all of them except for Aries and Leo. Now, and Taurus. And only some Tauruses. So, you know, my choices in men are very limited. I mean, I'll date anybody, but as far as you said marry, you know, like made something serious. I'm not going to do that. Why would I not do that? Capricorn men ain't shit. They too fucking grumpy and complain about everything and very controlling. All they think about is money. Gemini men never fucking stop talking. Virgo men are too damn boring. Just so pristine, I can't stand it. Aquarius men, they all over the goddamn place. You can't, trying to keep them focused. Pisces men and Cancer men just cry about everything. So fucking needy. I can't take it. I just can't take it. The Leo in me just wants to pounce and just eat them. Scorpio men are crazy. I can't deal with them. The women, sometimes. Like Shay is cool. I met some women that, you know, that's cool. But the men, no. Big no, capital no, N-O, no, all that. Nope, 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 nope. There's something about them. We just don't vibe at all. They just they like me though, but it's not mutual. And who am I leaving out? Oh, Sagittarius men, no, hoes. Oh, are you kidding me? I mean, if they really like you, I guess they could be okay. But every one of them, even if they claim that they really like you, they still a hoe anyway. So I'm like, I can't deal with that. They all over the place. They just too changeable. So yes, that leaves me pretty much with Aries men who's hoes, a Leo men who are control freaks, or just being by myself. So lately that's just been it. I've just been by myself because I don't want to be bothered. Since I had that stroke, I've just been I don't know. I've just been very protective about my mental space and my emotional state. You know, I'm still trying to get my full faculties back, and I just don't feel like I had the energy to deal with them. I mean, I deal with the games and stuff on the show, but do I want that in my real life on the daily? No, I don't. So right now, I'm not really tripping about these men. I'm leaving them alone. But, you know, you ask what my thoughts are, and that's the way I think about them. If some of them, it's just an instant no. All they have to do is tell me that that's their sign, and I'm like, oh, I got to go. I don't want to talk to you. And some people think, well, how can you say that? It's just, that's fake science. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck ever. I've been around for a long time. You know how many decades I've been dating and married and all that stuff? It's just more than I care to think about. Do you know, like I used to throw parties and I traveled all over the place. You know how many thousands and thousands of men that I've interacted with in my lifetime? And you start to see a pattern. I don't care what anybody says. There's a certain pattern, mentality, and behavior that, you can relate to their sun signs. There's certain attitudes that they have and certain kind of behaviors that they will model. And I don't care what anybody says. I mean, I'm not going to say, what you read in the newspaper is 100% accurate. I'm telling you what I've experienced in my personal life all over this world with men from everywhere. And I just know. You say you're Cancer or Pisces or Scorpio, I'm out. But, fire and water don't mix, right? Don't mix. It sure don't. No. But my other friend that I work out with, she's a Leo. But she loves Scorpio men. They don't really seem to work for her, though. But that don't mean I look at the relationship be having with them and I'd be like, why are you doing that to yourself? But, I wouldn't put up with their stuff. But she's, I don't know. She like it. I'm like, please. I don't have time for you. Take your little scorpion ass on over there somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't do it. But, men, fire sign men, we fight. We fight with some epic battles, like jungle roars be going on and whole trees be getting upended and stuff like that. But out of all the, we think a lot alike. There's more progressive thinking going on, more planning, more worldview kind of stuff. It's hard to explain. So, yeah, even though they get on my fucking nerves too, at least in some, there's more good part than there is bad. Let me just put it that way. I hope that explains. Yeah, but no, I'm not sleeping with no Scorpio man. That's it. I don't let them get close enough to me because it's like the Scorpio, because there's just something about them. Their energy just don't be vibing with me. And Cancer men, same thing. Pisces men, I just can't do it. I just cannot do it. It's something about them that just makes me just feel uneasy. Like I have to be on guard. Like I'm watchful, guarded. I can't trust them or something. It's the weirdest thing. So I can't figure myself to be in a relationship with them. I'm just too on edge when I'm with those kind of men. I'm watching every single thing they do. I'm just questioning everything that they say. It's just the weirdest thing. And I don't know where it came from. So no, I can never say I've never slept with a water sign. I have no intention of doing it either. Not doing it. Question number 23. That was 23. Let's move on to 24. We got 24 and 25 and 26 to go. Oh, yeah, fire and water don't. You're right, Shay. That would just be a disaster. Somebody might not make it. And it ain't going to be me. Because fire, they say, well, water can put fire out. Yeah, but you know how much water you have to put fire out? Because the fire, the fire lay low and then it'll spring back up and be like, gotcha. And it'll boil that water right on up to evaporate your ass. So, yeah, it's a pretty epic battle. Let me see here. Did I ever make the page? I don't think I ever made I never made the pages for DNN yet. That's what's missing in my life. Well, sorry, I can't. But anyway, that's what we're going to be here on Friday if I can get these slides made in time. I've been so busy. Oh, my God, I've been so busy. The goal is to start DNN back up this Friday. I'm going to do my best. It might have to be put off for a week because I just haven't had time to do the slides. I thought I would have time over the weekend. That didn't happen. So question number 24. This is a young lady in the 18 to 21 age group. She's from Washington, D.C., African American. Summary of issue. How do I tell someone who likes me that I'm not interested? I met a guy online and there have been a few things that I didn't really like about him. I don't think we're compatible for a lot of different reasons. I've never had a relationship before and I never had to do this. We never met up. We just texted and called for a month, which makes it even harder for me because it feels like I didn't really give him a chance, but it just doesn't feel right. The problem is, though, he says he really likes me, that I mean so much to him. He loves talking to me, etc. He even told me something personal / emotional before saying, quote, if I tell you this, it's only for like a girlfriend to know, end quote. And he was very sad when I said I was glad to have him as a friend. How do I do it without being an a-hole? Okay, first of all, you need to get you some game. First of all, okay, any man who tells you that he likes you so much and he ain't never laid eyes on you or met you, ain't never taken you out, didn't spend no money on you, ain't done shit for you, then he don't like you. He just talking shit on the phone, trying to talk you out of your drawers. Okay, that's number one. Number two, so you never met him. You say you just texted and called, and you feel like you didn't give him a chance. What do you do? The EEOC? You giving everybody a chance now? Equal opportunity? Get your mind right, chick. That's not your job. Your job is to find the best motherfucker for you. And it don't matter what he likes or what he thinks or nothing else. It's about what you like. And you don't like him. So that's all that we focusing on. Okay? You don't need to try to justify why you don't want to talk to him and all this kind of stuff. This mentality that you're expressing right here, you need to get out of that immediately. This is not about you making them feel comfortable and this and that. When you tell him, what you're going to do is you're going to tell him, he says he really likes you. He don't like you. He's just talking shit, trying to see if you're going to bite, which you did because you're young and you don't know nothing. He loves talking to you, mean so much. And monkey motherfucker, you tell him, stop fucking lying. Okay, this is what you're going to do. And I only like you for, this is something for a girlfriend. He probably read that shit on Reddit and told you and make it sound like it was all emotional and stuff and hung up the phone laughing because you got all involved and believed that bullshit. Please get you some game so that you don't fall into these traps. These clowns ain't about nothing. They ain't telling you nothing emotional. They ain't making that shit up because they know it works on the women who get sympathetic. Y'all get in your feelings. You be like, oh my God, this poor thing. Oh, he needs my help. He needs to be saved. Whereas, when you get like me, you be like, damn, your life is fucked up. I really don't have time for nobody with such a fucked up life like you got. I got to go. See, that's how you flip it around on them. So when they come with the sob story, you don't go into the land of pity and sorrow. You go into the land of, oh shit, your shit's fucked up. I got to go. I can't hang. And then, it's not that bad. It's not, wait, it's really not that bad. Oh yeah, but it is. Yeah, you said it is. So we're going to roll with that. And so then I deuce out. Then they try to play that game and then they get backfired on them. Don't let them trick you like that. When you go out and deal with these clowns, you need to have a heart of black marble. You don't wear your heart on your sleeve and you don't give a fuck what they say. Because 99.9% of what they comes out their mouth is a goddamn lie anyway. It's all about manipulating and controlling women. That's what they do. But if you never had anybody tell you that, see, then you're going to be taking them at face value. Never take niggas shit at face value because they ain't about shit. Okay, they ain't telling you nothing. It's not going to get them something from you. Money, a free place to stay. You use their credit. They say, well, charge this for me and I'll pay you back. They'll never pay you back. Let you come. Let me just stay with you a couple of days because you're in between places right now. Let me drive your car. It's all about using you. And you will find that out soon enough. Okay. So I'm warning you now. This here, these feelings that you putting all over here and worrying about his monkey ass and shit like that. Stop it. You don't worry nothing about him. What you do, you're going to go on your phone and you're going to block his number. And you're not going to think twice about his monkey ass. Okay? He's going to be on to the next one. Probably got 3 or 4 of them he's doing the same shit with already. But don't invest any emotion in the man that this little stupid situation right here. Don't you do that. You're not going to be an asshole. You're going to block his ass. And if he thinks you're an asshole, then say thank you. Why is it such a problem if somebody thinks you're an asshole? I love it when men tell me that I'm an asshole because you know what that means? That means they didn't get over on me and they're mad. And I love it. Man tears and a martini is the most delicious drink. They should sell it in bars. I'm telling you, they would just, whoever could come up with that, they should do that. They should name a drink man tears and have it for women, make it kind of like pink or something. And that shit would sell out. I know I'd probably buy 50 of them. Question number 25. This is a female in the 18 to 21 age group. She's Asian from London, England. The male in question is 22 to 27, and he's white and European. Summary of issue. I have an acquaintance who exhibits toxic behaviors. What should I do in this scenario? I'm 21 and have a guy friend 24 that exhibits some pretty toxic behaviors. I met him a few years back at a therapy support group. Due to the pandemic, our group met over Zoom most of the time. After seeing me on Zoom a few times, he wanted to be friends. We talked during therapy group, and he insisted on hanging out with me almost on a daily basis after group ended. At the time, he was single, and based off our conversations, I thought he was implying that we should be more than friends. Example, holding my hand, taking me to his special place at a nearby park, kept on bringing up how he was single and a really nice guy, etc. I'm ace and aromantic. I don't know what the hell, these kids. However, I was also no place to be in a relationship. We fell out due to contact due to me leaving the state for college. A few years later, just this past December, he started texting me and asking how I've been. Okay, so you kept the same number. I just updated him that I was in my third year of college and he suggested we hang out. We met at a restaurant, and after talking, I found that I'm the only person he kept in contact with from therapy group. He also mentioned that he has a girlfriend now, so I was confused why he still wanted to hang out one-on-one and if his girlfriend would be okay with it. This is also where he starts making toxic comments. He started referring to me as, quote, a very attractive Asian woman, end quote. However, he mentioned that he did have to take points off my appearance score because I'm not white. Wow. You kept talking to him. He jokes about my height, I'm 5'4", and asked if the reason I was so short was due to the fact that I was of Asian descent. Well, shit, I'm only an inch taller. Do I look Asian? He knows my parents are Chinese, so he continuously makes jokes about China, Chinese culture, as well as political jokes, while in fact, he really has no clue what he's talking about. The list goes on, but I felt very disrespected, so I stopped seeing him. You should have got up and left that second. I mean, I don't know what you girls be doing. The last straw for me was when he conversed over Snapchat. I took a screenshot of a picture of myself in a dress I was thinking of buying. He got really passive aggressive and angry because he thought I was screenshotting our conversation and sending it to someone else. I showed him that, in fact, I did not send our conversation anywhere and cleared up the misunderstanding, but he continued to act defensive. My friends feel like I'm overreacting, but I made the decision to cut him out of my life. About time. He continues to text me and Snapchat me, though, and I decided to just stop replying to anything he sends. However, he won't stop. I'm trying to stop this thing before it gets out of hand. What do you ladies think of my situation? Any advice? Change your number immediately. Change your number. Don't try to block him. Don't do that. And stay your little ass off social media till you graduate from college. All your social media accounts, close them. Close them. You know what? You don't need to have one. If you do open one, you're not going to put no pictures of you up. You're going to open it under some guy's name and you're going to put a picture of a black male. Okay, there you go. And you're going to name it Malik Jones. And that's going to be your social media account. And you're just going to use it so you can go and look at stuff. Okay, I like to lay in the bed and watch TikTok. That shit is hilarious. People are hella stupid. I be in the bed at 2 or 3 in the morning going, wah, 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 wah. I know my neighbors think I'm crazy, but the shit is funny as hell. People are just mental. But, if you want to do stuff like that, that's what you do. But you're not going to put no pictures of you. You're going to put the location as a different city. If you do something like that, you're going to get you a new number. You're not going to make friends, link friends with any people that you already know, because then he'll be able to backtrack and figure out that it's you. So you're not going to do that either. Right? Ideally, right now, the best thing for you to do is stay off of social media and get you a new phone number. If you do those two things, 90% of this drama will go away like within seconds. In the future, what you're going to do, the second that a man gets out of pocket and disrespects you, your culture, your family, your gender, you're going to immediately dismiss his ass from your life. There will be no explanations, no apologies, and no justifications. You don't need any. The fact that he was acting a zip damn fool, that's all you need. And you're not going to go to no park, to nobody's special place and let them hold your hand. That's how girls end up disappearing and don't nobody see them ever again. They can take you off in the bushes some damn where, and then the next thing you know, your ass on the news and nobody knows where you are. Oh, are you crazy? What's wrong with you? Taking you to his special place. This motherfucker right here? Oh, hell no. Please do better about your personal safety and think first before you do things. This whole situation here is wrought with danger and a crazy white boy, okay? And you just up there just hanging out with him and talking to him and socializing with him like he's not a Looney Tune. You should have known from the fact that you met his ass in a therapy group not to fuck with him. I mean, you was there too, but still. Two loonies don't need to be together for real. Question number 26. Oh my God, the final question of the day. I'm about to die. North Korea. Butter my toast said, I don't want her to be I don't want her to block him. I want her to change her number. Because he came up and followed her years later. He's coming at her from too many different avenues. She needs to just change her number completely and close all on social media accounts and just cut him off completely. That's what she needs to do. This situation is just ridiculous. Okay, this is the last one of these letters. Oh my goodness. Question number 26, female 28 to 34 from North York in Canada. The male is 35 to 41. Summary of issue: my partner lies about things he doesn't have to, and it drives me crazy. What you mean don't have to? My boyfriend of over 8 years is 35, and he lies about things he shouldn't have to lie about. It's driving me crazy. I'm 32, and I know he loves me, and he's not a cheater, but that's not the issue. But I find it so upsetting when he's not honest. Okay, so you know you're dealing with a liar. You've been dealing with him for 8 years, just lying his life away. And yet, 8 years later, you finally writing a letter to ask what you should do. Is that what I'm hearing here? Okay, I'm skipping some of this because it's irrelevant, but this is the important part right here. Last week, he told me he transferred money to me for rent. Days later, when I still hadn't received it, he said he went to the bank because his app wasn't working and would show me the transfer receipt. He then lied, saying he couldn't open the PDF. I asked him to send it to me. He sent me some email ad from the bank and said it used to have a link to the PDF. The links he would go to the lie, even though it's so obvious he's lying, is mind-boggling. He says he does it because he doesn't want to disappoint me. It's the lying itself that makes me so incredibly angry and disappointed, though. Like, he could just manage his finances and own up to it when he cannot pay for things. It would be so much better. He's gone to therapy a few times, again, when he has time and money to afford it. He says it stems from being the child of divorced parents who couldn't stand each other. I can see that and understand it, but I feel so hurt and I don't know what to do anymore. Can this behavior stop or am I wasting my time? Has it stopped in 8 fucking years? Why do you need to ask me that? Has it stopped in 8 years? The answer to your question is no, and it's not going to stop for another 8 because that's who he is. He's a goddamn liar. And you dating a liar and you want to write to me about it 8 years in. Ooh, child. You know, if I was a dude, I hate to say this. If I was a dude, I would be living on Easy Street. I'd be living on Easy Street and I would be having women giving me everything, taking care of me, not spending not a dime of my money and having pussy coming out of both ears. You know why I would do that? Because I would be cute. I would have conversation and I would make sure I work out and, look good and stuff at the gym. And then I would just be like a dog. I would have so many women. It would be insane. And I would never have to work. I wouldn't have to pay no rent. I wouldn't have to pay a car. I wouldn't have to do shit. I would just fuck my way through life and just talk women out their panties and just talk them out their money. And you know why I would do that? Because it's so easy. It's so goddamn easy. Because y'all don't have no sense and no boundaries, no morals, sense of protecting yourself, no values about what you need to do to protect yourself and take care of yourself. Nothing. It's just like whatever he says, that's good. And I'm going to just give to him and stay with him and do whatever he asks me to do because he's the man and I'm a girl and I just want to be in a relationship. That's what in my next life, I'm going to come back as a dude and I'm going to be a fucking rogue dog. Which I think I already was in my prior lives anyway. I think I came back this time as a girl as my punishment so I could see what it feels like because the shit comes too easy. It's just too easy. It's just too easy. But I'm spending my turn this time trying to educate y'all so that you don't fall prey to them kind of dudes. But I guess, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be working. It's like every week there's like dozens more women just doing the same dumb shit. I'm just saying. You feel bad about it? Oh, I don't feel bad about it. I've been thinking about since I was younger. Because the stuff like as you see guys do, it's like the little dudes, they'd be so nice and sweet and they just take all the stuff from these girls. And I'd be like, y'all tripping. I would be like, bitch, you done lost your mind. And stuff like that. I wouldn't be taking that kind of stuff. But just looking at this, I mean, look at, they buying houses with the dudes, and then the dude he quits his job. They pay the mortgage, they pay all the bills. The dude sits around and plays video games, and then they write and complain. They don't kick him out. Oh, but I love him though. You see what I mean? It's just too easy. As a guy, if you just lay a little pipe, and it don't have to be that good. Don't even have to look that great. Definitely don't have too much going on physically. Like, the mug don't be that, like you're not got hair like Fabio or nothing. It's not like they all stellar or nothing. I saw this cute little Korean dudes. I was like, oh, they were twins. It was on TikTok or something. And I was like, oh, I'm a dirty old woman, but they were cute. Like, oh, look at that double deliciousness. I don't know, ladies. I just don't know, but I do know one thing. I have a headache. This was sad. So you guys keep an eye out. I'm going to try to get my act together. I don't know. See, I'm on a deadline to get this guy's website launched. And I've been working on that. And just like night and day. So I haven't, I have to write all the copy and take the pictures and just do everything. So it's just been exhausting. It's just been so much work. And I haven't had time to do the DNN stuff. And that's where I am with it. Every intention is do it to start Friday, but I'm looking kind of doubtful because I'm on deadline to get his shit done by July 1st. It's interesting. But we'll see what we can do. What kind of magic can I work? Can I make the magic happen? Let's hope so. So you guys, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this wild and wacky show. It's just kind of like amazing. I don't even know what to say. The questions were just off the chain. But we'll see you very soon, hopefully on Friday. Now I'll try to do something over the weekend to make up for it. And then again next Wednesday with more advice. If you have a question that you'd like to submit and become a part of this crazy show with your question, go over to right there on the screen. You see Debsterism.com. Go to Debsterism.com and click the button that says Get Advice and fill out the advice submission form. And there you go. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.